Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to show you how you can build a React project using the GitHub API, and we are going to fetch all the users in the GitHub user API. Alright, so it's very simple. This is how our application will look like at the end, whereby you can search the user, and for example, if I type A, you can see we have the predictions here, just like the YouTube predicts. Okay, we have the prediction here, and when I click on it, on any item here like this one, it's going to search that name automatically. Okay, you can see. All right, if I try to add something that it's not there and search, you can see there's an empty state there, no results found. I can also search this the user by their email address. All right, like so. Search, you can see. All right, Peter, there is a suggestion here. I can click on it and you have the results, and I've limited the result to only 5 results. If you need more, you are going to learn how you can do that. All right, it's very simple. So, and also you can see I've fetched the avatar for each and every user, and I'm adding it there, and the username. All right, and also when you click on this link like this one, Peter Cook, when I click it, it's going to open a new tab with that user GitHub page, home page. All right, and that's how we are going to write this application. So let's start. As you can see, let me show you here. You can see this just I've just added some CSS. There is no functionality. If I click, there is nothing going on. Right, if I type anything like Peter, there is nothing. So this is just some CSS I've added to save us time. So let's go to our editing. As you can see, there is this file for CSS. In case you would like to use my CSS, I will add a link in the description below, so that you can just copy this CSS so that we can start together. All right, so we are not going to touch on the CSS part today, so I'm going to close that. Then you can see this app.js. I've only called one component. All right, this one, I've only called that one component, and I've also imported GitHub search.css. all right, so let's go to GitHub search.js, and all our work will be on this one component. Okay, I want it to be as simple as possible. I don't want to use other many components. All right, so as you can see here, there is no function. We have a form here with this text field, all right, and with a placeholder of enter username or email. Right, and we have another input with type of submit, all right, and a value of search, all right, and we have another div, this one. Okay, now this one, as you can see, this one, you can see this name Mark Waters. Okay, and I've added okay, this one should be class name, not class, but class name, all right, and I've added a font awesome icon there, and that is, let me show you this one, all right. Now this box here, this one where you see Mark Waters, this one I want when you start searching like Peter, there'll be some suggestions, all right, like when you go on YouTube, as you start searching here, for example, I can write learn, all right, React. Okay, you can see these suggestions, all right, you can see all these are suggestions or predictions, all right, and you can click on any one of them and it's going to search. So that's one functionality that I want to implement on this GitHub user search project, all right. So, and we are going to start with this one, all right, we are going to start with this prediction, all right, this one, all right, it's similar. I've just copied the same the way it is. When you click on like this one, learn React JS for beginners, when I click it, you can see it's searching, all right, it has searched for that and it has added that name there, all right. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, this one, all right. So at the start it won't be there, but now there is no functionality, that's why it's still there, all right. So let's start with this functionality for prediction, which will go under search prediction here, all right. Then after that we are going to see our results, whereby we'll have an avatar, an image here. You can see this one is hard coded and the name, all right. So when you come to our application, it's this one, this now it's the result div, all right. So the result, the user from the GitHub will have to fetch the avatar, which is this one, and the name, okay, or the username. Then when you click on that username, we want to direct that user to the GitHub repo for that particular user, all right. So that's all I've done for now. So let's go and start with the search prediction, all right. Okay, so we want to, first of all, we need to display all the users in that prediction div. In this div, we want to populate all the users there, all right. So what I can do, I'll come here and I'm going to use useEffect, all right. We are going to use useEffect, and we have a function there, and let's add this dependency of an array. I hope so. So we need an API for GitHub. So you can come back to the Google and you can search for GitHub user API. All right. So we have this one, it's here, right? So let me open it here so that you can see what I'm trying to do. Okay, just a minute, I see. Yeah, this one. So we are going to use this one. All right. So this is the API that I want to use. You can see it has given me the names of the user, and it returns 30 users, I think so, yeah, per page. That is per page. So let's copy this URL, this API, and come back to our project, and we are going to add there. Okay, then we are going to use fetch method to fetch this API. So let's write fetch. All right, fetch API. Right, and of course we need a .then because it returns a promise. Here we are going to have a response, and we are going to have a response.json. Right, like so. Again, let's have a .then because that JSON will also return a promise. Right, so let's have let's do this results. Let's see our results. All right, we need to see our results in our here. Let's open refresh. You can see it's returning 30 users. All right, when you open you can see all these users. right? All of these 30 users per page. All right, so we can do this. We can, if I want to increase the number of users, I want to display, I'm going to do like, I need to adjust this API, and I'll say per question mark file per page, and per page is equals to, let's return 100 because 100 is the maximum per page. All right, so let's see if it will return 100 users instead of 30 users. Yeah, exactly, you can see now the users are 100 users, right? So we can use that in our predictions. All right, so, and you can see it's an array of users, so you can come, let me see, we need to create a use state, all right, where we will store these results. You see these results, those users, where we are going to store them. So we need a use state, because so that we can fetch that, we can be able to use those users. So let's write const, and we are going to say users, and set users. All right, it's very simple. If you go step by step, you can achieve what you can achieve a lot. All right, so let's use useState to store our results, and of course we are going to initialize it as an empty array. All right, so what I can do, I can now, instead of logging out this one, I can say set users. All right, and this one is going to set our users to be 100 users. So I can use, now I can use map and loop through the users and display each users in our search predictions. All right, so I can come here and I can do this. You need to use the curly braces before you use JavaScript. All right, so users dot map, okay, and we are going to have an item there. Okay, let's just say user, all right, and from there I can copy this. All right, I can cut that and I can insert, I can put it there. Okay, so far there is no change. Of course we have no change, but we can use this user to be here. Okay, so what I want you to see, I'll do this, I'll say user dot login. I know you may be asking where I've gotten this login from, but let's do this. Let's let's console let's log in our results so that you can see where I'm getting that. Console.log. All right. You see this 100 users. You can see when I open a particular user, I'll have this login. All right. This is where I'm fetching that login, this one. All right. We are also going afterward. We'll also need the avatar, okay, URL. We are going to need this one, HTML URL, so that we can we can go to the GitHub of that particular user. Right. You can see there is a lot you can fetch from this array. You can fetch repos URL, subscriptions. All right. You can search what followers. There is followers. There is following and followers. All right. So it's up to you what you want to fetch. But for this video, I'm going just to fetch the avatar and the login and HTML URL. All right. So let's go back and see why it's not fetching. Okay. Okay, this one we need to put the curly braces there. Just a minute, let me see if we can do this. Yeah, so you have to put the curly braces before you use .login, and I think now it should show us the suggestions. Okay, why is it not showing us? Do I need a return there? Yeah, exactly. So as you can see now, I've been able to display all the users from GitHub. All right. All these are the users from GitHub. All right. You can see now. Let's filter out the so that when you start here searching, for example, if you search Peter, it will give you the suggestion. Now, how do you do that? It's very simple. We are going to use something called we'll need to use filter. Okay, we are going to filter. Before we display that, we are going to filter, and we are going to say let's use another, let's say fill for filter, and right. So here we need to we need this, the input. We'll be needing the input, and also we'll be needing the the values. Let me see here. So let's know how we can find the input. How we are going to do this, to come here. We need this input. All right, if I put here Peter, I'll need this, how to fetch that, the word Peter. All right, and we can come here and say on change. All right, on change, I want to call this function called let's call it handle change. All right, so I can come here and I can write handle okay. It's going, is it going to accept anything? No. So we need to get that yeah, we need to pass in the change here. So let's pass the change like this. And okay, so let's receive that change here, and we can, I can say console.log the e.target dot val, right, so that when I type, the result will be there, right? So let's go to the console.log, and so when I type, I want that results to display in my console. You can see, yeah, Peter. You can see now my result has been displayed there. So what I can do, I'll set a use state of those values. Right, so I can come here and say where I can store those values. So I'll just call them values, and I'll have set values. We are going to use useState hook. All right, and our initial is nothing, right? So instead of logging this out, I need to set, I will set values there. All right, now we need to come here to our filter, and I'll need to say let I can say input is equals to value. All right, is equals to value, which is this one. Oh, it's values, not values, but not value, but values. All right, values. Then we also need to set the filter. We need to come and say let the user is equals to that filter dot login, because we want the username. All right, we want to get the username, the same thing we have done here, user dot login. So we need to get that username. All right, now we can do our function here. We can say return. First of all, we need to check if there is something in the input. All right, or we can do this. We can return input return user this is a function, start with and input. Right, let's see if that one works, but I see there is an error. Let's see. Cons is not defined. Okay, come here, it should be constant. There is another error. Okay, okay, we need to check if that exists, if the input exists. All right, if it exists, we want to do that. Right, set values is not defined. Okay, let me see what's wrong. It's like we are having an issue here. Why is it doing this to me? Why is it doing this to me? Yeah, so I need that constant to be like that, right? And I think now, yeah, yes, yeah, you can see now it's working, right? And in case you've wondered why I've added this input here, if you remove that input, then we are going to have, I think, all the users, because all of them, this one is an empty state, it's empty, so all of them matches the empty. So you need to first look if there is something in in the input, and that's why I've added that that input there. I'm just checking if the user has entered any letter. All right, and I'm returning the users, GitHub users, whereby their letter starts with that input. Hope we are together there. So let me show you. So when I start typing like Peter, you can see I have the suggestion here. If I type like you can see, if I type A, you have the suggestions. All right, and okay, you can see there is suggestion. Now what I want to do next, I want when you press this one, when you click on that, on this suggestion, it will populate on this field here. All right, okay, so to do that, I'll need to come to my form here and set here text, and I'll set my value. Okay, I'll set value is equals to values. Okay, then I'm going to do this. I want to come here and not here on this paragraph element, and I want to put an event listener on click, and let's add an event and pass in the name. So I'm going to have a function here, and I'm going to say handle and we need I don't think we need these the curly braces. Let me remove them. We need to pass in that input, which is this one. All right, so I need to pass this here. All right, are we together up to there? I need to pass that username there. Then let's create this function. Okay, let's create that function. I'm going to call it handle search, and it will also receive that user. Let me just call it user. You can call it anything you want there, and let me console.log to see if that okay, we can just do this. I think it's okay. Let me set set my values to that user. Right, you can see what I've done. I want to populate this field, alright, and I've said value is equals to values, and whenever someone clicks on this one, I will receive that the user which has been clicked, and I'll pass it to that function handle search, which is this one, and I just want to set my values to that users. Then I want to take that value, the input value, and set it to values. Alright, so let's see if that works for us. Let's say, and yeah, you can see. Alright, so if I want anything like P, you can see it's populating that. Alright, you can search anything, you can see it's populating that. Just the this is how YouTube works, the YouTube search, that's how it works. When you click on it, it's populate that field, the input field, and when you click search, okay, it populates, and this one disappears. All right, so we need this one also to disappear. All right, so when I click that, I need this one to disappear. So I'll come to my filter function here, and I'll add another function here, and okay, and the input, okay, and the is it the username, and the user is not equals to the input. Okay, and you can see here our input is values. All right, that's our input values. So we are saying we need to first you check the field, the input field, if it's empty. If it's not empty, you return this one with that with the username which starts with the input value. Then we want to check the user is not equals to the input. All right, let's see if that works for us. Okay, we can say P, and when I click here P, you see now it's populated that, and the other one disappears. Okay, you can say night, you can see if I say anything, okay, you see you can see it's working fine. Now the next thing I want to do, now we are done with the prediction part, because now when you type anything, it will give you some prediction. Peter, okay, it will give you that prediction. Okay, now what I want to do is when I click on this one, it search automatically. All right, you don't have to click this search to search, it will search automatically. All right, you don't have to click so that it can search. So let's see how we can apply that. Okay, I think we are also we we are going to use this function still, all right, so that we can search that particular person, right? So for that I'll need to use the fetch again. So here on the search I'll need to use fetch. Okay, of course we need the API, and we need this API. All right. So, and for searching, I don't want it to search for the 100 for the 100 users we had fetched using our useEffect. All right. I want it to search all the users in GitHub. So actually we are not going to use this API here. Let me show you which one we are going to use. I'm just copying the half of it, and let's do this. Okay, we need to use this one. You can see here user search URL. So we need to copy this one until there. Okay, we need there. All right, I'll also be needing the, okay, let's just do this. Let's just copy the whole of it, and I will remove what I don't want to use right now. So like so, and we can come here and I can just come here and say let our query, I want to pick this one. You can see this, yeah. I want to assign that there. Our query is equals to this user, right? And I don't think we are going to receive it like that, so we'll need some, I think if I use a $, will it work? No. So let me just do like that. Then let me remove that, and also we are going to need this one, the page. All right, so let's do this. Let me show you what I'm going to do. Let's return there. Then let's come to fetch. Okay, let me do this. Let's say let's final API, right? API is equals to, we need to take here we can use the backtick. All right, we can use the backtick, and we can say API. Of course we need the $. We need the API, okay, the first one, the API, then we need to cut it up to there, and we add this one. All right, so I can cut that one and I can put it here. All right, can of course start with the $sign like that. All right, now this query has been taken from here. You can change even this query. You can write like name, and you change here to name like so. Okay, then we'll need this per page. We need to put this, we need to add this one and write per page. Okay, let me show you first before we, but we'll need to use that one afterward, and we don't need the rest of that. Okay, now you can see we are just using the name, this one, the user, which has been passed, and our API, and we are going to search that user. So any user with that name, if the second name or the first name is Peter or the name that you have searched, it's going to be displayed. All right, now because we have fetched that one, let's fetch, let's use fetch, and we are going to fetch that final API. All right, and of course we need to use .then. Right, here we'll have the response, and we need to response.json. Right, like so. We also need another .then, right, because that JSON will return a promise, and we need the results now. Okay, we need the results. And we can let's console.results and see what we are getting after we've searched the item. Okay, let's go back here, and we are going to, we can search, we can just write Peter like that. Let's search this one, the first one. So let's go to inspect, right? So it's returning an object. Yes, so as you can see, it has returned an object. Okay, so let's do it again. Let's say, let's search like so. Let's search this one. Okay, so it's returning an object with this one is an object, and we have this incomplete results, false. We have items, okay, and it has returned, I think, 2 items here. This one too. When you open that, this is where now you get your results. Okay, it has returned these 2 results. Okay, let me return something like this one. I know this one is going to return many results. You can see counts here. All right, and also you can see here items. We have an array of 30 users. So when I come here, you can see it has returned all these people with the name Peter. All right, you can see Peter Cha, all this. All right, So what we need to do, we need a way to get these items only. All right, we don't need these incomplete results, and also we don't need total count. All right, we only need the items. You can see the spellings. So you can come to your, before even I move out from there, I can say results dot items, like so. And now I won't be able to see the incomplete results and total count. So let's refresh, let's clear our console, and we need to, let's search again this. Okay, now you can see it's only returning the items only. All right, you can say Peter, you see the 30 items, you can see 30 items. All right, and when you open it, you'll see the names now. All right, so now we can set these values in a state. All right, so let's come here and we can say sorry, I have a fever and I'm going to be well very soon. So let's say results, right? And we are going to set the results. And we need to initialize it as an empty array, okay, because it's giving us an array of items. All right, so we need to set those results. So instead of logging out, the results, we can say set results. All right, yeah, like so. And we can come here, let's now try to use those results. As you can see here, when I click like this one, the results contain all this avatar URL, the HTML home URL, and the login, right, the name. So I can come here and on this one, on our next, to display the results. So instead of writing this URL, the avatar, like that, I want to map through. I need to use map here. All right, I'll need to use map, and we are going to use that results, the ones that we have fetched, and let's use dot map. All right, and we need to use let's just call it user. I hope it won't bring some. Okay, yeah, like so. So we are mapping through that array, and we want to display all the users that has been filtered. All right, so I can take my this, all right, and I can cut there, and I want to put those here. Right. Okay, let's see what's going on. Okay, let's do this. Let's return, and we need to enclose that. Okay, and we need to do this. We need to return. Let me use this one instead of using an empty div. I'm going to use that div there, and I'm going to close it. Close it where? Here, not there. We need to close it before this. Like so. Okay, like so. So now, because we have mapped through, we can have the avatar here. All right, I can just do like this, and I can say user dot avatar avatar URL. Okay, and here I don't want to take this name. I need to take user dot login. We are going to take the login. All right, just the login is just like the username. Then on the URL we need to take the HTML part, the user dot HTML URL. I hope it's like that. Yeah, I hope it's like that. So let's go and see if it's working correctly. You can see we can close that, and whenever I type P, you can see now it's giving me suggestions, and when I click on it like this one, you see it has searched that particular person with the avatar there and the name, and when I click on that name there, all right, it's taking me to the GitHub homepage of that particular person. All right, and you can search. Let's search like Peter. I know Peter has a lot of like this one. Okay, I don't know. You can see all this. Let's try to let's fix that. Let's fix that. Let's fix that by adding this class there. Hope this one will fix it. Yeah, so you can see now all the results. Okay, you can see, and all are Peter. All right, if you search something like so, you find one user with that name. If you want like let's say this one, we have 2 users. All right, when you search, like let's say Q. Okay, for Q we have all these users, right? And let's see. So like this one, you may, let's see, let's click on that, and you can see it's bringing us to the to that particular user. Okay, and you can see the email. You can see this email. Let me show you another thing. Copy that email and go back, and I also want, you see I've written here email. You can search by username or email, but now we've not implemented this search button. All right, so even if you click, there is nothing. You need someone in our here I can say we need someone in our suggestion so that it can search, but we don't want that. All right, and as you can see, it's returning a lot of users, so we can limit that. We can limit these users. You can see now it's returning how many? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, like 30 users. We don't want that in our page. We can say just return like 10. Okay, like 10 of them. So we are going to go to our URL here, and we are going to add the page. Okay, so we can say per page, and we want that to be equals to 10. All right, so it's going now to return 10 results. All right, so let's search the same name, that same name, this one, and it will search on 10. 1 2 3 4 6 7 8 9 10. You can see 10. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. All right, you can even say like you want five results. You don't want many results, like so. And when you can see now it's only returning 5. 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, when you come to Peter, it's only returning those 5. Okay, so, and you have to click so that it will search. All right, now we need to find a way now of when I type in like Peter and there is no Peter here. All right, so I want when I click on search, it will search, or like let me say something like that. Okay, like this. When I click search, I want this name to be searched because it's not on the suggestion or on the predictions. All right, so let's go and implement this search functionality. All right, so for that we'll need that input, which is here, and I'm going to use what? Let me use ref. I'm going to use ref, and let me put here, let me say user input, like so. So we need to create this function, right? So let's come here, and add that function. Okay. Okay, for this one, sorry for that, I don't need this one. I need to use, because I've used the ref, that is a use hook. It's a hook, so I'm going to need to use the useRef hook. All right, and for any hook, we need to call it here at the top. All right, so let's call the use. Okay, the useRef. Okay, we need to, let me say this const. We need the useRef. Yeah, this one. Okay, and of course we are going to initialize it with null for the first time, right? With an empty, and of course you can see it has been imported here. You can see useRef there. Okay, so you need to import like so, right? So I can come here on my form, and let's add on submit event, so that when this one is clicked, it's going to take me to another function. Let's say on submit, like so. And in this case, I also want to pass a value here. All right, I want to pass the event, like so, and I'm going to call my function, and I think I don't need these curly braces. Let me say handle submit, like so. All right, and let's pass that event there, like so. So let's come and create this function. All right, we need to accept that value there. And the first thing we need to do, when you try doing this, I can say console, or I can just say this. Let me say just alert instead of input, user input dot current. In case you don't know how to use the useRef, kindly you can see their documentation, right? like so. I don't know why this one is doing that. Let me see the error, if there is error. Okay, use input is not defined. Let me see what's wrong. It's this one. This editor of mine is auto completing. I don't know why. Yeah, like so. So you need to put the use input is equals to UseRef, so that you can be able to use that UseRef here. Okay, and UseRef is just, it's take that just the input. All right, so I think there is no error right now. Okay, so when I type in like something like Peter and I say search, you see it's receiving that input. Okay, when I say like Helen, you see it's taking that input. Okay, so you can say like, you can see, you can say like, let's user is equals to that. Okay, let me see what's happening. Let's try adding this one here and see. There's something I want to see and I'm not able to see it. Okay, let's just return where it was for some reason. And now, because I'm receiving this user, I need to search that user again, right? And it's very simple. We are just going to use the same thing we did here. We need to use this function again and copying it. It's, let me see, let me copy up to there. Let's come here and like so, and we need to use this one. Let's replace the name with the user. All right, just like that. And now Let's see if I'm setting the, yeah, I'm setting the results, which is okay. So when I search like Peter, okay, which is not there, so when I click search, you can see it's searching the user. Okay, now you can see this one has remained there. We need to a way of removing that there, and I think I'll come here, and after I've passed that, set values to empty array. Let's see if that works for us. Search again. Yeah, okay, so it's working for us. Now when I search Peter, okay, Peter, I don't want this, I want Peter. I don't want this, I want just Peter. When I click search, you can see now it's searching and it's refreshing the field. So you can go and search another name like Jose. You see, like Jose is not in our prediction. You can see we only have this Josh. We don't want that, we want Jose, like that. And so when I click on enter, it's going to search. All right, you can see Jose, 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 like those. Okay, now when I click on Jose, like so, you can see it's searching that repo. So what I want to do, we need a way of, when you click on when you click on this, I want it to open a new tab. Okay, and how do we achieve that? Okay, we need to go back to that link. Let's go to back, it's this one. So yes, where is the link? I want the link, the one with the link. Yeah, this one. So here on this anchor link, we need to put something so that it will open a new tab. So I think we use target. Yeah, I think it's target, and we need to put it to blank. Yeah, something. Okay, I can't remember the syntax, so let me just Google it here. Okay. Link target black, that one. Okay, we need to use like this. You can see target is equals to blank with that. All right, so let's do that. We need an underscore here, blank. Yeah. Let's see if that works for us. And yeah, you can see now it's opening then on a new link. All right, so when I type in like what, like, okay, and now if I type like that and search, you see it's still searching. When I click on this Mateti, you can see it's searching Mateti, and with this one is private, so you can see the results. Let's see Peter. can see Peter Kimanthi. Let's see, you can see, yeah, you can see everything, the repo and everything. It's opening in a new tab. All right, so the last thing I want us to do, it's now, for now everything is working. You can see like that, Nesta, and when I say search, you see it's giving me the results, and I can click any results here, okay, and it's going to give me that that name, okay, and the repo. And okay, now let me see what's remaining here. And now, because we added this search functionality, when you search by email, like say I can search by email. If you search by email, it's supposed to give you the results, okay, gmail.com, okay. All right, you can see it's giving me the results. I can even come here, let's see, this one, no email, okay. So in our application, you can search, you can see here, and when you click on that, it will give you the repo for that particular user. All right, so that's our application. And what is it remaining? Okay, I've remembered. What about if I search a user who is not available or who is not a GitHub user? We also need to tackle that. All right, it's called the empty state. So for example, when I type in like someone who doesn't exist and type OK, you can see there is no results. All right, we need a way to show the user that no results were found. All right, so you need to come here. All right, where am I going to come? Okay, before these results, let's add we need to add that, and we need to check the results. All right, and we need to check if there is anything in that result. Okay, if the result is empty, now we need to call our empty state. All right, so I can say dot length. All right, dot length is equals to 0, meaning that there is nothing in that particular array. All right, so if it's 0, I want to return this, not dollar signed. I want the logic operator, the end operator. Then we need to display, let me say like a header, and I'm going to say no results, no results found, like so. Okay, so let's go back and see if that's works for us. Yeah, you can see now, because our results array is empty, now it's displaying no results. All right, so when you search like Peter, like this one, you see now that header is not being displayed. All right, but when you search something that is not there like that, and you say search, you see, yeah, I think that's our GitHub search user, and I hope you've learned a lot from it, and thank you for watching. And if you like this video, this tutorial, please consider subscribing. It will give me some motivation to continue doing these tutorials, and as we learn together.